It's your boy King Buzz back with those exclusives. Welcome to the channel where we make no excuses. Shout out all artists, engineers, and producers, and I'm back with another video. Y'all know what's going on. Today we gonna talk about how much should beginners charge for their services. I'm talking audio engineers, I'm talking artists, I'm talking producers, man. How much should you charge? The simple answer is you should always charge what you feel you're worth. That's very simple. But for someone that's watching this video really trying to figure out how they should set their prices, let me kind of dive a little deeper, and maybe by the end of this video, or should I say hopefully by the end of this video, you'll know what you're going to set your price to. The topic of this video really came from an encounter I had, or a conversation I had with Exotics. And Exotics had posted on his story. He was like, yo, any artist trying to come record, blah, blah, blah. I'm charging X amount an hour. Boom, boom, boom. And me knowing Exotics' quality and what he's capable of producing day in, day out, I'm looking at his price and I'm like, bro, you not charging enough. You know what I mean? And the response I got from Exotics was, he said, I'm still learning, so I don't really want to charge nothing too crazy, right? And I understand that. That was me too. I always felt like, bro, I haven't learned enough yet. I don't really want to charge crazy, because I don't really know what I'm doing. You know, that's kind of how you feel. That's what you're telling yourself. Like, I don't really know what I'm really doing yet. You know what I mean? And you got to get out of your own way. That's the best advice I can give y'all, right? So, you've been studying this day in, day out. You've been recording. You've been mixing. You've been mastering, right? You got your song sounding great. Amazing. People hitting you like, yo, you recorded that? Once people start hitting you up like, you recorded that, mixed it and mastered it by yourself, you're ready. You know what you're doing. You know something. You're doing something right. If the music is sounding good, you're ready. The music is the only test that matters, right? We're not going to base this on, do you know exactly what an equalizer do? Do you know what a compressor do? Do you know what this do? That's good to know, right? But the artist that's coming to record, he don't care if you know what it do. He only care if you know how to use it, right? Which is kind of like, if you know what it do, you know how to use it. If you know how to use it, then you know what it do. That's not necessarily the case when it comes to music. People use plugins and stuff every single day, and they know how to use it, but they don't necessarily know what it do. Sometimes you have to take the time to actually go and look up a definition. You don't even have to watch a video of somebody else using it. Sometimes you just literally need to look up a definition. Like, okay, exactly in black and white, why was this created? What does it do? Like, I know how I use it. Am I even using it right? You know what I mean? Sometimes you just need to read, you know? Like, when it comes to the technical things, get a book. Pick up a book. Go on Google. I mean, you don't really necessarily have to get a book. Everything's on Google. Sometimes you need to just sit down and read, right? But what I'm saying is, Exotics is more than ready. And he should be charging double what he's charging now. But he felt like, yo, I'm still learning. I don't really want to charge crazy. But what I had to tell him is, bro, you never stop learning. Literally. You never stop learning. So if you're basing your prices off of what you learned, I don't even really know how you really can measure that. See what I'm saying? Because there's always something else to learn. I've been actively doing YouTube, right, since 2019. right? Is I'm coming up on 3 years on the tube, which is, you know, clap it up. You know what I mean? Coming up on 3 years on the tube. But I was using Mixcraft since like, whew, I don't know, I don't know, 2012, 2011, something like that, right? So I've been using Mixcraft for roughly 10 years, right? I'm still learning. Not necessarily learning Mixcraft. I'm learning the craft in general. I'm learning new things and how to improve. You got to think, technology is steadily improving. The things we're capable of doing, steadily improving. The ceilings we once had no longer exist, so we can do it even better. If you listen to the music that we put out today versus the music we were putting out 30 years ago, it sounds way better. Most of it. Some of that old music is really classic, and the quality back then is even crazy. And when you're thinking about it, you like, how did y'all achieve that back then? You know what I mean? Because some of that music is really amazing. But for the most part, there's a lot of rap songs and stuff from 20, 30 years ago, and I listen and I be like, yo, this mix and master is really not that crazy, bro. It's really not. But those people were learning. You know what I mean? These people were learning as they went. This wasn't always a thing. Like what we doing now, it wasn't always like this. Remember, we evolved over time. We didn't have DAWs, remember? There was a point in time where everything was hardware. Multi-track tape recording, stuff like that. We evolved. And when we evolve, it forces everyone to learn, right? So there's new things coming out every day and you're always learning. So you need to base your prices off of what you feel you're worth and your experience, not what have you learned, right? Because there's no way to really measure that. You're learning every day. So that literally will mean your price changes every day because you're learning every single day. There's not a day that goes by that I'm not reading something or figuring out something or trying to improve my overall quality, or not necessarily, don't have to be my quality, it could just be my techniques, or there every day I'm learning, I'm improving, I'm tweaking things from day to day to not only to achieve this high quality product, but to do it at a consistent rate and faster each time. You know what I mean? Faster. I want quantity, but I don't want to sacrifice quality. Never. So if I could crank out high quality tracks back to back to back to back, and I don't have to spend weeks or days mixing and mastering, that's what I want. That's why I invest in my studio. That's why I buy new equipment, stuff that's gonna help me, like the DBX. I always talk about it. Major improvement. It eliminated so much stuff that used to give me a hard time or used to cause me to spend more time mixing and mastering, like background noise and stuff like that. The DBX literally gets rid of all background noise. It's like background noise where? If you look at my vocals, background noise doesn't exist unless somebody literally is screaming behind me. And then at that point, it's not even background noise. It's just someone screaming behind me. You know what I mean? So, base your prices off what you feel you're worth. And, no one can tell you that your prices are wrong. Literally, you set your prices to what you feel they should be, right? Right now, I charge $100 per mix and master. I charge $250 for a feature. Those are prices. And those prices are actually going up soon. Because as my brand grows, as I grow, as my skills enhance, you gotta pay. And people always tell you, oh, your prices are, it's a little too pricey. That just means those aren't your customers. That's the simplest way to put it. Those aren't your customers. People who know your worth, they're willing to pay you. They don't mind. They like, oh nah, he does good work. He's exactly what I've been looking for. How much you charge? Got you. You gotta think, man. Right now, we're, I guess you could say, at the bottom, or maybe some of us in the middle. Some of us closer to the top, than others. Man, you got artists out here charging $100,000 for a feature, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. You know what I mean? Lil Durk recently said he charged $300,000, or was it 350, something like that, $300,000 for a feature. And then you got people that tell me I'm crazy because I charge $250. No, actually, my price should be more. Literally, it should be more. 250 really is not enough for what I'm providing. I have never gave anyone a whack verse. Go check my catalog. Go check the rap sheet, bro. I've gave quality out over and over and over, and y'all know there was a point in time where I was cranking out verses daily, and not one time was there some BS. You feel me? High quality verses over and over and over again. You got people charging 200,000, and you got people telling me I'm crazy because I charge 250. I should be charging 2,500. Don't let me get to thinking. Don't give me any bright ideas. Like I said though, when I posted my flyer with all my prices will be changing summertime, because summertime I'm hitting a new level. Dream Team's hitting a new level. You better tap in with those guys right now, because they gonna be charging too. A lot of the artists on Dream Team right now, they don't even charge. They'll work with you for the free. Just not me. You know what I mean? But like I said, you might want to tap in with those guys now, because it ain't gonna always be like that. So for artists, you're trying to figure out how much you should charge for features. Charge what you feel you're worth. No one can tell you what you're worth, right? No one. Only thing they can tell you is what they're willing to pay. And we don't base our prices off of what people are willing to pay. Because if we do, we won't make any money. Literally. We won't make no money. Because if someone could persuade you and encourage you to drop your prices over and over again, you're never going to make enough money to take care of yourself, your family. You're never going to make enough money to level up. So don't ever shortchange yourself. Know your worth and get your worth. If they're not willing to pay, tell them, hey, when you're ready to work, hit me. But don't be surprised if when you double back, the price went up again. Producers, if you're a producer, my advice would be, I know how the beat game is right now, right? You got your limited leases, unlimited lease, exclusives, right? So my advice is to have a set price for each one of these things. So like limited lease, $30. Unlimited lease, $60. Exclusive, I don't know, 300, 400, 500, whatever you feel. What you don't want to do is have a different price for every beat, because then you start pricing beats off of what you feel the beat is worth, right? Instead of pricing all of your beats off of what you feel you are worth, right? It's a big mistake that you can make, because if all your beats are different prices, people scrolling through your beat store, they like, why is this beat $20 and this beat $80? Like, oh, he feels this beat is better than this one. You know what I mean? You don't want to do that. You want to have some consistency in there. So really figure out what you feel you're worth, what you feel your beats are worth, and set the prices, man. Don't be scared to set your prices, and don't be scared to stand on that. You gotta stand on that shit, man. Stand on your prices, man. I don't care if nobody from here on out pay me for a feature. I don't. Wanna know why? Cause I know where I'm heading. I know I'm not gonna stop working. Me not getting a feature, me not doing a feature with you is not gonna hurt me. I'm growing every day. My audience getting bigger every day. My following getting stronger every day. It is what it is. I ain't missing out on nothing. I might be missing out on some money. But if you're not willing to pay me what I'm worth, I don't even want it. You feel me? So, yeah, man. Base your prices off of worth and not anything else. What do you feel you're worth, right? And be honest with yourself too, right? Like Exotics, bro should be charging way more. Bro is dope. Bro quality is amazing. He really should be charging double what he charged people to record right now. But when your prices go up, you might lose some customers. It's a risk that you take. And for me, it's a risk that I'm always willing to take. So at the end of the day, I'm the one that's putting in the work. I know how much my bills cost. I know what I need to generate to live good and comfortable. And that's my goal. So if you're not willing to pay me for my services, there's a billion other people that do the same thing. They might not do it as good, but they do the same thing. You feel me? But hopefully this video helped you. Hopefully it gave you a maybe a different perspective, maybe an honest perspective. It is what it is, man. We'll keep growing, we'll keep going strong. Y'all know what's going on. It's your boy King Buzz, and I'm out of here. Yeah.
I never thought this day would come. Niggas really be forgetting how good I really am, man. I'm really one of them ones, nigga. I'm one of a kind.